make sure when you're attaching both the collar to the jacket and the facing that this is the E notch. So make sure that when you stop sewing, these notches are on top of each other, and you want to back stitch right there really well, and you don't want to sew past that notch. So you want to stop right where the notch is, and then you want to back stitch. Okay, after you've sewn the seam, you want to make sure that you do the little clips, and then we're going to press all of this open flat. I'm using a ham because I have a ham, but if you don't have a ham, you can roll up a towel and use that, because remember, when we are pressing shapes, we don't want to be on a flat surface. Once you have this neck open flat, you clipped where the tension is in the curve. This is my E notch, my pie cut right here. I stopped sewing right at E. Miss Lee showed me a trick from her tailoring class. Right here where this notch is, we're going to take this corner and we're going to press it diagonal like this. We're just going to press this right here. That way, when we are here and we come down to this corner and go across, this is out of the way. Now, you can sew this the same way we did it in my class. You already have the notch here. You're going to come down, the needle stops right here, and then you push all of this up, and you continue this way. That's the way you sewed it on the half jacket. Or you can try this new trick where in this corner on the collar, you're going to press it diagonal. So the needle's going to come down right across that corner and stop exactly right here. You're going to turn this up, and then you'll continue stitching that way. After you do the understitch, this is the corner that we keep having the problems with. So when you're pinning, you want to make sure we have that pressed back, we have this pressed back. You want to pin so that both stitches at the neck stop in the exact same place, and you're actually going to want to pin right through that seam. Okay, so what that's going to do is that's going to allow us, now that the top of the collar is sewn, we're going to stitch right here at 1/4 of an inch. The needle will stop exactly in that spot, and then we'll be moving this out of the way, and you're going to pivot, and you're going to turn this way at 1/4 and this way at 1/4 all the way down. So the top of the collar is sewn. Then we're going to sew down the side here at 1/4 of an inch. And these are our collar corners that are pressed back, because I need the needle to stop exactly right here. Okay, so we're going to stitch down at 1/4, and we're going to stop right in this corner. And if you need help holding that down, you can always use an awl or tweezers or something just to make sure that that corner gets under the needle. So I'm going to pull this pin out, and I'm moving all the work out of the way so I can stop exactly here. One more. You might have to wheel it if you get close. Right here. Okay, so while the needle's down and it's exactly one more in that corner, I'm going to pivot. So I'm going to lift the foot and I'm going to turn this way, and I'm going to be sewing off of here. I'm going to put the foot back down after I pivot my work. Oops. And I'm going to just sew off of this corner. So I'm going to lower my foot and I'm going to sew off right here. And we're going to back stitch like that. Okay, so when you are stitching the facing, you're going to stop a 1/2 inch before the edge. So you have an inch here. My stitch stopped exactly a 1/2 inch before the edge. And this is where we're going to do that diagonal clip. So I'm going to push this out of the way. And then I'm going to be clipping from this corner exactly to where my stitch ends. Okay? Because once we do the lining, this is that corner that's going to turn up like this here for the hem. Okay, so just make sure that you clip diagonal from this corner to where the stitch ends.